Hello, everybody. This week's guest is an experienced local journalist with a passion for people who has reported firsthand on the biggest stories of recent years. From discovering what life in North Korea is truly like to being on the front lines of the wars in Syria. My guest has experienced some of the most extreme realities that exist in our world today. And here to share some of those stories with us today, Skjærstad. Welcome to 7 Questions Between 7 Mountains.
Thank you.
How are you?
Oh, I'm doing fine.
You're fine?
Yeah. The sun has been shining till now, but now it's started to rain again, as we're pretty used to here in Bergen.
Yes. You know, it's the city between 7 mountains, and it's just, I mean, if you get a glimpse of the sun, that's like a dose of happiness.
Yeah, but that happiness has been pretty good this summer.
It has.
So we can't be too disappointed.
No, we're just over happy. Everybody is like so much energy, don't know where to hang.
And it even feels good when the rain is coming back now because we almost missed it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, oh shit. Because one of my favorite things is to sleep or like try to sleep when I'm listening to rain.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's sort of like the static noise. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's something relaxing about it because when the sun is shining, you have to get up in the morning and you need to enjoy it as much as possible.
Yes.
So now we can rest a little bit for the coming days, it looks like.
Right. So like we're resting the whole year, like, and then when it's first sunny, we're like using all our energy, and we're so exhausted because that one day we do everything.
Yeah.
We get up, we gotta grill, we gotta open the windows of the car, we gotta take a bath in the, get out in the boat, whatever. We gotta do that in one day because usually that's what we get.
And it's been a hectic summer.
It's been a hectic summer.
Yeah, with all the sun it's been now, it's been going on for weeks and weeks now, and now we need to rest a little bit.
We need to. I know I need to rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a couple of maybe 9 months. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something like that.
You're having a kid.
I'm having a kid. I'm having my kid any day now. Really, I don't know.
But I'm not sure how much you're gonna rest then.
No, it's probably not gonna.
Oh, but it's the biggest and best thing who could happen with you. So
I think so. I'm prepared. I usually don't sleep that much, anyways.
No.
So it's gonna be. I'm so psyched, really. So yeah, I think it could be this week, next week. I don't know, but it's our first child, so it might be a little overdue. I don't know.
Oh no, but still, it's gonna be the best thing that's ever have happened to you. So it's gonna be fun. Most probably it's going to be a little bit work to do.
Yeah.
Not too much relaxing.
Yeah.
But it's just a good thing.
Yeah. I feel I'm super excited, but it's all still like surreal because like I haven't seen her yet. So I think I'm gonna. Yeah, it's so weird, but so fantastic. So looking forward.
Oh, but I envy you at the moment.
Thanks.
I've had the moment 2 times in life, and it's just fantastic.
Yeah,
you can't. It's no word for it because it's just.
That's what I feel because I don't know what to expect really. Yeah,
but that's it's when you see him or her.
Yeah,
that's when you know you can't I can't explain it.
No. Oh wow.
You have to experience it.
I'm so excited. All right, so. I've heard news that you were in Hong Kong, right?
Yeah.
We're getting into it. We're just getting into it now. Is it okay?
I was in Hong Kong end of January. Mm-hmm. We went down there because of what happened in China, in Wuhan.
Yeah.
So I went down to report on the Quran Outbreak, and it was the closest we could get at that time without struggling with visas to China and stuff like that.
Right.
So we went to Hong Kong, covered it for 1.5 weeks or something. And it was when it first grew bigger and bigger and bigger every day. We started hearing about this in mid-December, and it escalated just before New Year's. And then it was just escalating. So we found out we needed to go down there. I went alone. I have my own live kits, so I went by myself. That was because we feared it would be a bigger outbreak in Hong Kong. Last time we had the SARS in 2003, Hong Kong was the place where the SARS virus spread to the rest of the world. And that was a big fear that will happen this time again as well. But it showed that Hong Kong was pretty well prepared at the time. But I stayed there, reported for 1.5 months, and then I went back to Norway, stayed here, and things were pretty calm. Went on winter holiday with my kids and stuff like that, and that was when things started in Norway as well. And not too long after, I got the corona myself.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it's been a pretty strange half year now.
Yeah.
Not just for me, but for everyone.
Yeah.
It's been surreal.
Wow, I didn't. That's. How did it feel getting the virus? I'd imagine it's not the same as every other.
No. It's. I couldn't believe I actually caught it. I was at work Tuesday, the 10th of March, and I just felt like a little bit rough in my throat, and then I got headaches, and I was joking with some colleagues and stuff like that, and for me, I was in a way one of the people who already started using all these sorts of what do you call it?
Sanitizer
And stuff like that. And I used it since I came back since I went to Hong Kong. So I was living the life of Corona already.
Oh yeah, you meant
and I was really careful all the time. So I can't understand where I caught it. Most probably I didn't catch it when I was in Hong Kong, because that's too long time before. And I was a quick trip to Sweden, but that was also almost 3 weeks before I got ill. But when I came back from work that Tuesday, I suddenly got a fever. Next morning I woke up and it felt like I had a really, really bad flu. And all the symptoms of a flu. I managed to get a test, and then suddenly the flu symptoms disappeared on Friday, and I felt really fine. And I was thinking, yeah, that was it. I had some kind of flu or cold or something, and it's finished. And then a few hours after, the corona hit. Oh, and that was something that I've never experienced before. And it was like an extreme fatigue. Yeah. And then you got just, the lungs got tighter and tighter, and you struggled breathing. And in the end, I couldn't move. I was just lying flat for maybe 24 hours. I couldn't move, and then it went on for 3 weeks with problems with the lungs. You couldn't talk to. If I would be sitting like this, I would be finished talking because I couldn't talk anymore. Oh, you had a quick telephone conversation, and you were out of breath, and the fatigue is the most special thing I experienced from the corona. Yeah. And that fatigue is actually showing up still now, almost half a year later. If you train too much, if you walk too long, if you don't sleep enough, you suddenly could feel the same fatigue, and you could recognize the corona fatigue because it's special anyway. It's
so crazy how dangerous this virus is. Because you can like, I think many people don't really take it that serious because they're like, oh, I'm young, that's okay. But you're young, you work out, right? You're fit, you know.
I'm not that young anymore. But
Hey, come on.
but still, it's many people have compared it to like the flu, and the flu can be really bad when you catch a bad flu. But still, we have antibodies and stuff like that who could help you when you get the flu. The corona, you're not prepared how it's going to hit you.
No.
It's like a lottery when you get it. Some people don't notice almost, but other people is turning really, really ill. And for me, I think it's maybe my immune system who's been reacting. It was, I don't know if you remember, what's his name again? It was this doctor on a series about a doctor who was he was treating all these strange
like
illnesses.
House.
Dr. House.
Dr. House, yeah.
It felt like having Dr. House inside your body.
Oh shit!
Because the body was trying to find out: is it flu? Is it like a cold? Is it smallpox? Is it dengue fever? I had symptoms who were similar to when I had dengue fever in the mid-90s. And you went through all these symptoms, and in the end, you end up with corona, and you now I've got antibodies, but you don't know how long the antibodies will stay, and most probably I got some memory cells who would find out if I get corona next time.
Yeah,
the body would in a way respond the way it should do. So then I would most probably not be as ill, but for people who haven't had it, respect it, because it's no way for sure you're going to get it in a mild way. You could get it in a really, really bad way.
Yeah.
And it's horrible when you get it. And what's scary is so many people I know who've had it, and so many people I've come in contact with after I had it. I've been working with a journalistic project afterwards, together with different scientists who are finding out how, or just finding out everything they can about the disease, because in the start of this year, no scientist even knew what kind of disease this was.
No.
So they have to start puzzling everything together and find out how we can treat this and how we can beat it. And I meet quite a lot of people, and it's still people who are struggling really, really big time still now. And you don't know how long it's going to last for them either. No. And that's people who were far more fit than me, and who were doing like Ironman and marathon and stuff like that. And they have a really, really bad time still because of the coronavirus.
It's so scary.
Yeah.
I hope we're getting closer with the vaccine. We just need to be careful till then.
Yeah.
You know, I use a mask when I do public transport and such, and I think everybody should do that because it's very, very important. But I don't see that many do it, and that's kind of, wear your mask.
Yeah, but still, it's like the knowledge the scientists, doctors, and governments all around the world is getting now, and especially in Norway, it feels much more safe now than it was in March. Because when I went to talk to the doctors in March, they didn't know anything. No. They didn't know how. They knew, okay, you got a positive test, but they didn't know how it was going to hit you. And now in the hospitals, they build up a lot of knowledge. And I feel like much more safe in Norway now compared to how it was in March and April. And so we have to be careful. We have to use the sanitizer, and we have to listen to what we're being told. But still, we have to manage to enjoy life at the same time.
Yeah, it's that combination between being safe and also...
And because we can't, and we have to be careful, because if we're gonna experience the same thing we did in March again, and we're gonna do it in October, November, when it's no light and when everything is depressing already. It's a rough time. Just imagining we're gonna go through October and November, but if we're gonna go through those months isolated and not being able to meet friends and just stay indoors, it's gonna be horrible.
It's gonna be horrible. Wow. Shit.
But I think it's gonna be. It looks like things aren't too bad now, and hopefully it's gonna stay like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just gotta stay together, but not stay together, if you know what I mean. So, your job is pretty interesting, and you visited Myreze a couple of years ago at our other office, and you told these crazy stories, and I was so fascinated. Can you tell me a little bit, like, how you got into your work, or like what was it that, like, I'm gonna do this?
That was it was by coincidence, actually. It was in a nightclub.
All right, everything happened.
The thing was, when I was after college, I went to the army and stayed there for 1 year, as many people do in Norway. And then I went traveling for a while, and went to Asia, went to all sorts of places. But then I stayed in Greece for half a year, and I came back from Greece. And the day I came back from Greece, I went out to see some friends. And I was just planning to stay home for a little while. And I met an old friend of mine who I was just chatting to. And when I was traveling, I always went back home, worked for a little while, and then I went out again. And this friend of mine worked in TV2 at the foreign desk, and I was receiving all the material, all the videos and stuff like that. Who came into TV2 from different bureaus and stuff like that. So the next day I went down to TV2 and talked to his boss, and a few days later I started working in TV2. But then just by loosely in a way, like on an hour basis. So I stayed there for a while, working like that, and still travel. Went to Africa, went to Asia again. Came back to Norway, worked and traveled again. But then I got this new boss at the front desk who said, "You can't just be sitting here doing this. You have to try." And I started writing small comments. I started learning how to make stories. And at that time, it was my plan to be a journalist. I didn't have a plan to do anything at that time, because I was thinking this is something I need to find out. But I was actually finding out while I was working in TV2.
Yeah.
Before that, I was really keen on being a photographer. I was planning to go to UCLA on studying photography there, and at the same time, I love making food, and I was really keen on being a chef. But at the same time, I hadn't decided anything. But then I've just been stuck in TV2 since, and I've been learning new things all the time, and I still learn, even if I've been there for ages now. I still learn, and that's the fantastic thing about the job I have, because it's a privilege how I can go to work every day and learn something new. And when I go out traveling, you meet people, and you learn something new about the country, the situation they live in. But at the same time, the most fantastic thing is when you learn something new about people. And that's the thing I miss now, because it's so hard to travel around the world because of the corona right now. And what I really miss is being out there, meeting some people, talking about real things. That's the thing I miss right now.
Because I feel that's you. That's like traveling, meeting people, and talking to them where they are. You know.
And that's the most important thing I do when I go out travel. If I go to Syria, it's many people would say it's like, oh, a foreign correspondent would go to the front lines and stuff like that. But the story I'm there to tell is the story, the people who are caught in the middle of hell, or caught in the middle of people with weapons. You have to tell their situation. You have to tell their story, and that's the story I want to come back with when I'm going there. Not like bam, bam, bam.
Right. Because that's usually what get the focus.
Yeah.
But like I'm so like I want to know and I want to see, you know.
Yeah, but that's
how is it for the guys who live there?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and that's because we're not that different to each other, and you would always find something you could relate to when you meet people all over the world. Even in you mentioned North Korea, when people would start talking about North Korea, you would be thinking parades, rockets. You would be thinking of Kim Jong-un. And the reason why I've been always keen to go to places like that is to tell a story about people, because it's people living in a dictatorship like North Korea, and we tend to forget about them.
Yeah.
When we talk about politics and conflict and war. So it's a privilege to be able to go there, and it's a privilege to work in a TV channel who sends me to places like that as well.
Lets you do what you...
And you learn a lot, and what you learn is what you have to put out there and let other people learn as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you've been to, you know, many dangerous places. Has there been times that you have, you know, feared for your life?
Of course, it's been things who have happened who would be dangerous, but I'm not too focused about that when I go out, because if someone tells me I'm going to go to Syria to the when the war was on its worst in Libya, for example, you are when you get on the plane, or before you get on the plane, you prepare yourself.
Yeah.
Because you know what can meet you and what you will see. So then you start preparing in your head what kind of scenario you could be ending up in. And you have to prepare yourself to see dead people. You have to prepare yourself to see everything that could happen in a war. And you have to be prepared of bombs. You have to be prepared of snipers. And of course, we are trained. We are trained by former elite soldiers from Britain and from Denmark, who train us in first aid, who train us in awareness in hostile environments. So it's like, and you have to be concerned, because when you're concerned, you take care of your own security. But I tend to be good to don't go as far as things being as dangerous for me that I could lose my life.
Right.
And of course, it's the limits are very, or you might be on the borderline sometimes, but you have to be focused on getting the story home. And if you cross the border, you won't get the story home.
No.
So you always have to be careful. You always have to find out as much as you can before you move into an area.
Yeah.
And it's been
mentally
times where,
prepared.
Yeah, mentally prepared, and you have to be prepared to turn around. And we've done that many times.
Yeah.
And sometimes we've done it when we see the bombing happening at the place where we were supposed to be. And you're 5 minutes away, and then you turn the car and move away again.
Yeah.
So it's...
There's no choice. You got to turn around. Yeah, it's
you have to.
Shit.
And some people would push it, but I wouldn't do that.
No. I'm glad you don't.
No.
Yeah.
It's no need.
No, there's no need. So since you've been all around the world, I'm sure there's many places you want to go back to. But is there like a certain place or several places that you're like, I'm not going back there?
No.
No.
No. No, actually, no. It's like when you go to places like we do when we do the job we are doing, you tend to meet people who open up and talk to you about real things, talk to you about personal things, and you would always end up thinking about them, and you always want to go back,
right,
and see how they are,
right? Because you always
you connect to people, and it's automatically when people open up, you open up yourself, and it's like you get close to them very fast, and you always it's always someone at all the places you go, you would be memorizing up here.
Right.
And if someone would tell me, go back to Libya, I would go back to Libya. And for each place I would go in Libya, I would most probably have a person I would like to see again.
I can't wait how it goes with, whoever.
And
I can see that.
Same North Korea. I would love to go back to North Korea. Not now because of the corona, but and Syria. It's many people down there, and so it's I can't think of any place I wouldn't go back actually.
No, because I'd imagine every place you are, you get to meet the people, the actual people that's there, not everybody that's in the news. You get to meet the actual people that are there, and then it's not just the place, it's the people that you think about, and when you think about that place, maybe
it's maybe one place I wouldn't go back, and that's a really shitty Chinese restaurant in Dover. I wasn't feeling too good the day after there.
But not at all.
No.
Or the day after that.
No. But no, it's most places would be nice to go back. No.
So, do you think there's any job that you can see yourself in than what you do?
Before I started in TV2, I was dreaming, or I wasn't dreaming yet, but I've always loved making food. Yes. So maybe to run a small hotel with a small restaurant and just have very few visitors who I could see happy because they get good food and they get a good room and the atmosphere in the area is perfect.
Yeah.
And I love photography as well. So that was one of the things I really, really wanted to do. But at the same time, I just love my job in TV2. And I really, really appreciate what I'm doing today. So I wouldn't, in a way, dare to try to do something else. I do a lot of cooking when I come home from hectic traveling. That's how I relax, making food. I could most probably make food for 60 people and still enjoy it.
Oh, really?
My kitchen, yeah.
Nice.
And photography, you got Instagram, so you can publish it there. And even through, I even got some of my pictures who were used at the Biennale in Venezia.
You did?
Yeah. So at the Korean pavilion down there a few years ago. So I tasted the life of a photographer.
You have?
And,
really? Nice.
And I get a taste of the life of a chef every day when I cook at home.
Oh.
But I'm going to stay where I am now.
You're that good.
Huh?
You're that good.
At
making food, yeah?
No, I shouldn't sit here and brag, but I like it.
Yeah, you're better than the Chinese restaurant, the one you talked about.
Yeah, I think so.
Ah, nice.
No, but that's a way to bring some of the experiences and memories back home. It's like a photography in a way. If you tried something very special when I've been in different places around the world of being served something, and you make the same food at home, and you go out and you try to find the same spices, and you just try several times, and then you suddenly end up sitting in your own kitchen, feeling like you're back in Homs, where you eat a perfect baba ganoush, for example. So it's but cooking is for relaxing for me. It's it's something I just enjoy, having the time to cook. Oh shit!
I think I've been trying to get a hang of the pizza.
Yeah.
Like for real, like I think many people around this office. I mean, we're not in our office. We're at top of the mountain with the nice fireplace, right?
Yeah. And I love the fireplace.
Yes. Yeah, we have a competition of making the best pizza.
Yeah.
So like thin as possible, and yeah. And I also tried to. I like what's it called, Pai Tai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thai is
yeah.
nice.
That's tricky to make good. Some.
When I was in Thailand before I started in TV2, I was staying at different places, and then I got cheap bungalows for helping out in the kitchen. So I learned quite a lot of Thai food cooking at that time. I even made coconut milk by scraping coconuts on this saddle with this sharp object here, and you had to sit down there and So you made it from the start in a way, everything, and that was pretty nice. So pad thai was something I learned pretty early, but it's really nice. But it's tricky to make it perfect.
It is?
Yeah. I can't do it yet.
No, I think it's
But the pizza is tricky as well.
Yeah, some might say.
Yeah.
It's for me it is. I suck at cooking, but I try when I want to try something, I want to do it good.
Yeah.
So that's like those few dishes I know them. I try to making as good as because I taste them at the restaurant, and then I'm like, I want to make it like that, because usually when you go home to people and they make food, it's like, yeah, it's the Norwegian kind of flavor, but at like Olivia, they have some really great food, and I was like, I want to try to make that as like a mushroom pasta thingy. So that's my next goal. I think I'm gonna have one last question, and that is, was Bergen a part of, like, let's say it was, it's a small city. We're not that many people, and I guess when it's raining, you're dreaming about getting out there, right? And do you think being born in Bergen has affected you to dream big? You want to explore?
It's a thing people tend to say, that we live in a small city. Someone living in Haugesund, someone living in Oslo could say the same thing.
Yeah.
But I think what people are too good to do is to make the place they live small. And how they do that, they tend to go on the same restaurant, they tend to go on the same bar, they tend to go on the same shop every day, and they tend to enjoy staying with the same kind of people all the time, instead of exploring something new. And I think I'm a bit curious. I've been maybe curious enough to move a little bit more around when I've been growing up. And then I feel like the city isn't as small as it is. And some people could say the world is small because you could suddenly meet some people you know on the streets in New York and stuff like that. But it's I like exploring.
Yeah.
I like exploring when I'm back in Bergen. I like to explore when, by exploring I mean explore people, explore places, but meet people.
Yeah, it's the people for you, I think.
I get when I've been home, like I've been home now for the last half year. I've enjoyed myself in many ways and relaxed, but I miss being out there meeting people.
Yeah.
But I miss being around Bergen meeting new people as well, because you have to be careful with people you meet back home in Norway as well. But I think I'm not sure how much Bergen has. What kind of how growing up here has affected me in a way, but I think everyone should be more curious. Everyone should start exploring a little bit more, and start by exploring where you live, first of all, because it's a lot of new things, and it's a lot of things to actually learn, and a lot of people to meet that you pass every day on the way to your normal coffee shop, to your daily shopping, and so I think that's what I try to learn my kids. Talk to people, learn something new, get to know other people, and that's the best way to live, I think.
And I think that was the best way to end this show ever. Agreed?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure. Thank you so much for coming here, and I really honor your work. And
it's nice to be here. Nice to sit by the fireplace and watch the view.
Yeah, it's this is the best place talking to you though. Like we get the fireplace and everything. We can talk about all your stories, and even though we're gonna say bye to you guys, we're probably gonna sit here for the next weeks.
But not next week's, because that's what I'm wishing you all the luck you can have now.
Thank
you. You can't be sitting here too long because you have to go home and.
Oh, that's
bring
right.
Up a kid.
That's right. I'm getting a baby. I totally forgot. No, never. All right. Thank you for sharing some of your exciting stories and moments with us. We hope to see you guys again soon on the next episode of 7 Questions Between 7 Mountains. Take care now. Bye then.
Bye-bye.